Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandana Brajadana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajadana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandana Brajadana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajadana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe, Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Gaur Pimanandi. Dayam Vishupad Paramahamsa Pri Vradagacharya Stotra Satta Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Siraboy Charanarvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Sri Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Skandi Biti Founder Acharya's Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Harinam Sankirtan Ki Grantaraj Mad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Thai Gaur Pimanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to see Guru and to see Gauranga, all glories to see the Prabhupada Ki. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Parakamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavam Sya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanditam Scha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kancana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamame Hare Priye Vansakalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narotamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayat. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a very means of conquest, let us first offer our respectful obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unto Nara, Narayan Rishi, the supremest human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta praya sabadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatu Tamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. By regularly hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering a service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome within the heart becomes destroyed or practically to nil, and loving devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, becomes established as an irrevocable fact. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Samhitam Uttama Shloka Charitam Chakara Bhagavan Rishi Nishreyasaya Lokasya Dhanyam Swasyayanam Mahat. This Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Grantara, as the king of all Vedic literatures, is the literary incarnation of God. It is compiled by the incarnation of God as Srila Vyasadeva It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. It is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Krishna
Prabhu
Chaitanya
Nityananda
Prabhu Nityananda
Sri Advaita
Shri
Gadadhara
Advaita Gadadhara
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
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 Om Sarabhyaya
Om
Namaha
Surabhyaya Namaha
Om Sarabhyaya
Om
Namaha
Surabhyaya Namaha
Om Sarabhyaya
Om
Namaha
Surabhyaya Namaha
Mukam karoti vasalam pangom langayate girim yatkripa tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam yatkripa tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. Hare Krishna. Looks like you probably have to leave. What time do you have to leave?
Actually, I just thought that we'll read the text and then I'll. So he's going with me.
Oh,
I'm
he's
also traveling.
okay. Okay. Thank you also for coming. And
I will also join with him for Nandi section.
my God.
Because I want to be
Okay, yeah, it's good. I know what's going to happen. Everyone's going to get up and just leave the class.
We were just waiting to. I just wanted to say that after reading text, I will
I see.
give your permission.
You mean the text or the purport? Once you're in a class, it's really tough to get out. It's a short purport, I think. Medium. Yes, yes. You have permission to leave after purport. Yes. Hare Krishna. So we are continuing from Canto number 1, chapter 18, entitled Maharaj Parikshit, cursed by Brahmana boy. Brahmana boy. We're talking about Brahmana boys. We're talking about him. Yes. Brahmana boy and Brahmana father. Text number?
26.
26, huh? Okay, yeah. Short purport. For sure. Okay. Pratiruddha Indriya Prana Mano Buddhim Uparatam Sthana Trayat Param Praptam Brahma Bhutam Avikriyam Pratirudendriya Prana Mano Buddhim Upartam Sthana Trayat Param Praptam Brahma Bhutam Avikriyam Pratirudendriya Prana Mano Buddhim Uparatam Sthana Trayat Param Praptam Brahma Bhutam Avikriyam Pratirudhendriya Prana Mano Buddhim Upartam Sthana Trayat Param Praptam Brahma Bhutam Avikriyam
Pratiruddhendriya prana
Pratiruddhendriya prana
Manobuddhim uparatam
Manobuddhim uparatam
Dhanatrayat param praptam
Stanatrayat param praptam
Brahma bhutam avikriyam
Brahma bhutam avikriyam.
Pratiruddhendriya prana
Pratiruddhendriya prana
mano buddhi uparatam
Mano buddhim uparatam
Dhanatrayat param praptam
Sanatrayat param praptam
Brahma bhuta avikriyam
Brahma bhutam avikriyam.
Pratiruddhendriya prana
Pratiruddhendriya prana
manobuddhim uparatam
Mano buddhim uparatam
sthanam trayat param praptam
Sanatrayat param praptam
brahma bhutam avikriyam
Brahma bhutam avikriyam. One or two more.
Pratiruddhendriya prana
Pratiruddhendriya prana
Manobuddhim uparatam
Mano buddhim uparatam
Dhanatrayat param praptam
Sthanantrayat param praptam
Brahma bhutam avikriyam
Brahma bhutam avikriyam.
Pratiruddhendriya prana
Pratiruddhendriya prana
mano buddhim uparatam
Mano buddhim uparatam
Asthanatrayat param praptam
Sanatrayat param praptam
Brahma bhutam avikriyam
Brahma bhutam avikriyam. Pratiruddha restrained. Indriya the sense organs. Prana air of respiration. Manaha the mind. Buddhim intelligence. Uparatam inactive. Sthana places. Trayat from the three. Param transcendental. Praptam achieved. Brahma bhutam qualitatively equal with the Supreme Absolute. Avikriyam unaffected. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Sri Prabhupada Ki. The Muni's sense organs, breath, mind, and intelligence were all restrained from material activities, and he was situated in a trance apart from the three: wakefulness, dream, and unconsciousness, having achieved a transcendental position qualitatively equal with the Supreme Absolute. Kindly repeat after me. The Muni's sense organs, breath, mind, and intelligence were all restrained from material activities, and he was situated in a trance apart from the three: wakefulness, dream, and unconsciousness, having achieved a transcendental position qualitatively equal with the Supreme Absolute. Short purport. It appears that the Muni in whose hermitage the king entered was in yogic trance. The transcendental position is attained by three processes, namely the process of jnana, or theoretical knowledge of transcendence, the process of yoga, or factual realization of trance by manipulation of the physiological and psychological functions of the body, and the most approved process of bhakti yoga, or the engagement of senses in the devotional service of the Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita also we have the information of the gradual development of perception from matter to a living entity. Our material mind and body develop from the living entity. the soul, and being influenced by the three qualities of matter, we forget our real identity. The Jnana process theoretically speculates about the reality of the soul, but Bhakti Yoga factually engages the spirit soul in activities. The perception of matter is transcended to still subtler uh, states of the senses. The senses are transcended to the subtler mind, and then to breathing activities, and gradually to intelligence. Beyond the intelligence, the living soul is realized by the mechanical activities of the yoga system or practice of meditation, restraining the senses, regulating the breathing system, and applying intelligence to rise to the transcendental position. This trance stops all material activities of the body. The king saw the Muni in that position. He also saw the Muni as follows. That will be tomorrow. We will not be here. So a few devotees already asked permission to attend other traveling engagements. We will allow them reluctantly to depart.
After the Nandi sanctuary, I'll just come out and darshan.
Yes, yes, that's fine. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. You here? You're here. Okay. Okay, Hare Krishna. Okay. Translation again. The Muni's sense organs, breath, mind, and intelligence were all restrained from material activities, and he was situated in the trance apart from the three: wakefulness, dream, and unconsciousness. Having achieved a transcendental position qualitatively equal with the Supreme Absolute. So this is Parikshit Maharaj, who is entering the hermit's residence and finding this is described as Muni. Muni means very thoughtful person. Narada Muni. We have many Munis. The perfection of someone who is a Muni is that he becomes a devotee, which is what is explained here. Different processes of self-realization, which bring one to different levels of consciousness. Just like we have also, I don't know what is a Sanskrit term, 5 levels of consciousness: Anamai, Pranamai, Jnanamai, Vijnanamai, and number 5. Anamai, Pranamai, Jnanamai, Vijnanamai, and the last one is only reserved or only actually attainable by those who are practicing Bhakti Yoga. There's also those who are impersonalists. They speak of Brahmananda. That is, there is an Ananda. There's even so-called Ananda for karmis, materialistic people. Material rasa makes one experience some kind of Ananda, but it is very not actually satisfying. So the spiritual Ananda that most people can experience is Brahmananda, which is impersonal. And where actually this very important point being made in the purport, the difference between Brahmananda and Premananda. Premananda is also referred to as, by our Vaishnavacharyas, as Sevananda. Seva. So activities. Very important point. The symptom of one who is self-realized in our Vaishnava understanding is that he will engage in seva. By engaging in, he will be very eager to be active in serving the Lord in so many different ways. And by this seva, by this activity of devotional service that will take on many features, he will experience, he will taste this ananda that all living entities are actually searching for. So, three states of consciousness are also referred to here. Sometimes Prabhupada gives the Sanskrit terms for wakefulness, dream, and unconsciousness. So, wakefulness, what does wakefulness mean?
The body is awake. It's another level of dreaming.
The body is awake, but the body is dead. How the body? The body is dead. The body is dead, but because of the presence of the soul, it's awake to something that is not actually, wakefulness means people are somewhat conscious, but they're conscious as a lower consciousness. Wakefulness. The second level is dream. What's the term in Sanskrit? Dream? Sapna. So, Prabhupada explains how dream, actually everyone dreams.
Daydreaming and night.
There is daydream and night dream.
Wakefulness is daydreaming.
Right. Yes. Those who are yet to be awakened to Krishna consciousness, those who are yet to be awakened to the aspect of seva. Devotional service means seva, service, transcendental service. They are caught up either in daydream or night dream. Terrible situation. Means they're dreaming all the time, not actually in contact with reality. And unconsciousness means, yeah, that's the term. How to understand this level of unconsciousness?
I think one is when at the night of Brahma, all the living entities, they are again absorbed. Vishnu, they are in deep unconsciousness. They don't actually have a body, right? But they are in a very dormant state. They are not liberated.
Yes. There's the night of Brahma and then there's the life of Brahma. When Brahma completes his life, those who are not yet liberated, they're merged. What happens What happens when Brahma goes to sleep? Where do all the living entities go? Where do the living entities who are yet to be liberated, where do they go? When Lord Brahma sleeps, every day, it's like when we sleep at night, Lord Brahma also has 12 hours. Long time. Living entities go in the Garbhodakshai, in the body of Garbhodakshai Vishnu. And when Lord Brahma when his life comes to an end, where do the living entities go? Mahavishnu. And that's when the living entities Just imagine, even even a day or a night rather, when the living entities are merged in the body of Garbhodakshai Vishnu for such a long period of time, we remain unconscious. When we think about this, we can understand why it is not at all easy to become conscious, because we've been conditioned by unconsciousness for such a long period of time. And also, we are, when we are in lower species, we are also unconscious. So it's like very, very rarely do we get an opportunity in the human form of life to actually come out of our unconsciousness. You wanted to mention something?
I heard that when human beings are sleeping, that there is a period when they are going into Sushupti state of consciousness, which means they are connecting to Paramatma at that period of time. I'm not sure. I have to check it, but I heard in class.
That living entities in the, every day when we sleep at nighttime. Everyone goes there?
I have to check.
Right. Okay.
So all these three states are described as dreaming in the 11th canto. Wakefulness, yes,
Dream.
and then deep sleep. All of them are just different stages of dreaming. And the fourth stage is Turiya, which is transcends all three. In the 11th canto we find it.
So the fourth stage is actually coming out of that
Yes.
level of consciousness, or unconsciousness rather. Yes. So of course, in the purport, Prabhupada is emphasizing, as it is also explained in the Bhagavad Gita, different levels of raising one's consciousness by jnana, cultivation of knowledge, or by yoga, developing mystic powers. But none of those are actually, as, what is that verse? Bhukti mukti siddhi kami. Sakale ashanta. Krishna bhakta niskama athaiva shanta. Unless one becomes niskama. Niskama means no material desires. No material desires. So the art, this is the art. This is the real art of living. The real art of living is knowing how to not put an end to desires, but how to, as Prabhupada would use a term, how to dovetail, how to direct our desires in spiritual desires, spiritual activities. And in this way, yes, I think we have to get a bigger a bigger board, because devotees are, the sun is, yeah, it's okay.
Remove the register. Remove that register.
Yes. And the translation here is explaining how when one awakens to that higher consciousness, one achieves a transcendental position qualitatively equal with the Supreme Absolute. So what does that mean? means totally or no longer identifying oneself, isn't it, with the material body. Uh, yes, and that is um, exclusively possible or attainable for those who take up to the process of bhakti yoga. Other processes in subtle ways still keep us um, well. Actually, the Brahma Bhuta platform does also disconnect us, isn't it? Naso chati na kanchati, but it is temporary because it's not the natural uh, position of the jiva to just be inactive. So activity. So they mention in the purport how that means that we as devotees should be active, should be engaging ourselves, our mind, our intelligence, our senses in uh, spiritual activities, well, specifically in devotional activities. So that is a symptom, the symptom of uh, an advanced devotee. This is nicely explained by Srila Rupa Goswami, Nectar Devotion, is that he does not like wasting time. He's always engaged in some kind of activity, not neglecting, of course, our chanting of 16 rounds. Sometimes it happens. Devotees become very too active and forget.
I found some proof.
You found? Yes? Wow. Oh, okay.
So
New project coming up.
in Sushupti, deep sleep, the jiva withdraws from the senses and the mind. External and internal experience like dreams are absent. What remains is the condition of blissful unawareness, a faint reflection of Brahman's peace. The Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad 5 describes this. In deep sleep, Shushupti, the self is undivided, unified, and witness and full of bliss. In this state of consciousness, the jiva doesn't perceive directly Paramatma because he's merged into the Paramatma's beings. When a person is in deep sleep, he becomes united with the self, Paramatma. He doesn't know anything there, for he is merged. This is Brihat Aranyaka Upanishad 4.3.23. That means the jiva doesn't realize Paramatma because ignorance remains on his consciousness, but he depends on Paramatma for resting. And this is not only for human beings, but every living entity. Animals also experience this Sushupti state of consciousness, but they are not reflecting on it. They don't remember when they wake up. The Vedic proof is that the Mandukya Upanishad 5 says that Sushupti Stano Pragya Anandamoyo Hi Anandabhuk Cheto Mukhya Pragya. In deep sleep, the jiva is blissful, experience rest, and he has Paramatma as the doorway. And Srimad Bhagavatam 11, 13, 27, 28, in the state of deep sleep, the living entity loses awareness of the gross and subtle body, and his consciousness remains absorbed in me alone. So this is a Sushupti state of consciousness.
That is when they're absorbed in the body of Vishnu. When they're absorbed in the body of Vishnu, then there is no subtle body.
In Paramatma, body of Paramatma.
The translation might I don't know what translation is that, but
Uh,
it refers to
this reference is from where? Where?
Gaudiya Upanishad, right?
Which one?
Sri Upanishad.
No, Mandika Upanishad,
Mandaka.
Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is Srimad Bhagavatam.
In the beginning, can you read again? In the very beginning of what you were reading, it's like a unconscious.
Yeah, it is in the Mandika Upanishad that in deep sleep the self is undivided, unified, the witness, and full of bliss.
Witness? What?
Witness means just sees.
It's a subtle state. I mean, most of us have experienced dreams.
Yeah.
Most people have dreams, and very often we can remember dreams. But we don't experience so much.
Physically, we are not experiencing, but at the mind level, means at the dream level, we are experiencing. That is,
But dream we can remember. That state of consciousness, dream we can remember, isn't it? Like people have very vivid remembrance of like dreams, different kinds of
This
dreams.
kind of remembrance when you don't remember what you have experienced in sleeping, but you are blissful. You see the bliss you remember. That feeling of, oh, it was something nice. You don't know what was that.
The way I understand it is that this can only be experienced when we quit both, our gross and subtle bodies and absorbed in the body of Vishnu. So that's when you're in a one with that. Because there is a statement which says it's the experience is just a glimpse, abhas of Brahman.
Yeah.
So that so that is. It's not even Brahman realization, like a notch below. It's not even a realization, but it's because there is no gross and subtle
Yeah.
bodies.
Because of ignorance.
Ignorance. It's kind of an ignorance when they're absorbed.
Yeah,
Body.
but the description you have read is the condition of someone in his body sleeping at night.
Yeah.
Where does it say that? I didn't see.
Because you're talking about the condition of someone who is merged in the body of either Garbhodakshai Vishnu or Mahavishnu.
That's how I understand.
Yeah, maybe one would have to read either the before or the after to see the context. He's mentioning that this kind of consciousness is in connection with the jiva once having merged in the body of Mahavishnu.
still, he is a part and parcel of Krishna. But I am understanding. He is still a part and parcel of Krishna, having an identity, but he cannot enjoy actively. But remember, witnessing. So the word comes witness as he is at the time.
It's quite subtle. It's quite subtle. Well, it'd be interesting to get more references on this particular level. It's mentioned in different places. Yeah, beyond the dream, unconsciousness. But it mentions here still in the mode of ignorance, right?
Yes. There is somewhere a description. I also remember that the color of complexion of Vishnu's body is blue because I mean, of course, Vishnu is not yet contaminated, but because of conditioned souls being merged in his body, he, that is the complexion he assumes.
Okay, yeah.
So they are in ignorance.
So this is a good answer to give to children who ask their parents. You know, children sometimes ask so many questions, and sometimes parents become very disturbed. So one of the questions children will ask, why is the sky blue? And of course, it's only Hare Krishna devotees who know the answer. Because Krishna's body is blue. And it's the reflection of Krishna's body.
If you permit, I would like to read that purport from 11th canto where Srila Prabhupada explains the 4 stages, including.
Okay, this fourth one you were mentioning. Yeah.
So this is from 11th canto, 15th chapter, 16th verse. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, thus the Lord is called Turiya, or the 4th factor beyond the 3 modes of nature. According to Srila Veera Raghava Acharya, Turiya also indicates that the Lord is beyond the 3 ordinary phases of consciousness, namely wakefulness, dreaming, and dreamless sleep. So here it's translated Susupti as dreamless sleep.
Dreamless sleep.
Bhagavacha Chabda Sabdite indicates that the Lord is known as Bhagwan, or the possessor of unlimited opulences, principal beauty, fame, wealth, knowledge, realization, intelligence. In conclusion, one can obtain mystic opulences, Vasita, or freedom from the modes of nature, that is called Vasita, freedom from the modes of nature, by meditating upon the Lord as Turiya, who is himself the 4th factor beyond those modes.
The 4th factor.
Turiya.
Turiya.
The 4th stage is known as Turiya, and the Lord is referred to as Turiya as well because he is in that 4th state. Those who meditate on him as Turiya in devotional service,
Right.
devotees, they can achieve that state qualitatively.
Right.
Yeah, and the 3 stages is in the material condition,
Yes,
like awakened, dreaming, and deep sleep means sushupti. It's in the material condition.
Dear God, yes.
That means could be every day or whatever happens.
And when it says dreamless sleep, as long as there is mind, there's always be dream, whether we recall or not. The only way one does not have a dream when one quits the subtle body, which is when, it seems when the soul merges into the body of Vishnu.
But
No,
that
there are mentioned that in sleeping period, the soul can, how to say, kind of leaving the subtle body also, and just connect it very slightly, but then they connect to the Paramatma in this sleep, dreamless situation.
but actually the soul cannot be separated from the subtle body.
I mean,
I mean
he's not
that's
connected to that directly. Means just very, the Lord keeps the connection to the soul. Actually, this is all happens without the direct consciousness of the soul. Means not the soul want to do that. The Lord gives the the soul this C type of consciousness. The Lord awaken us. The Lord gives us dreams. The Lord gives us this deep sleep experience. Not we also want to do that.
It means that, as we say, when we go to the spiritual world, the subtle body is made up of mind, intelligence, false ego. So that ego becomes true ego, and then the intelligence is purified, and the mind also gets purified. I feel because in spiritual world we also have some subtle body. It's just in a purified version. I'm just asking.
Not made of modes of nature, but yeah.
in the spiritual world we have mind intelligence, but it's different from it's spiritual.
Here in the purport of the GBC purport or the BBT purport, that one should know that wakefulness is born of the mood of goodness, dreams from the mood of passion, and deep dreamless sleep from the mood of ignorance. The 4th element, which you mentioned, pure consciousness, which you mentioned the code at 11:25:20, is different from these 3 and pervades them. That's given by the BBT purport. Yeah, quoting that Bhagavatam verse which you mentioned.
BBT purport. There's Prabhupada's purport and there's BBT purport.
Yeah, because in the 11th canto,
Yeah, right.
Correct. Technically true.
One question coming here. Yes.
You said that the sky is blue because it's Krishna's reflection. Then why is the ocean blue?
Because because the ocean is reflecting the sky.
And why are trees green? Because they reflect the light, the skin color of Ramchandra.
Probably something. Ramachandra probably has something to do with it. Well, actually, we don't have so much that experience, but when you go to like Jamaica or some of those, the coral, and you get all kinds of colors, very attractive. That's because of the presence of Krishna has created so many different living entities that also emanate colors from their bodies, like rubies, like in Dwarka, for example, and in the spiritual world, there's no electricity. There's no need of electricity because the jewels, the gems and diamonds and whatnot, they emanate, they give light, isn't it? They're self illuminating. It's like you just have to turn your diamond this way and then right. And that's why also in the spiritual sky, it describes how the jiva, all the jivas, all living entities are brighter than a million suns. So we can just imagine how heavy and how powerful is the material energy which is covering that effulgence. It's like when we look in the eyes of somebody, we see like the twinkling or the life. But that's like a very faint reflection of the powerful, the power of actually the effulgence. That's why when Arjuna requested to have darshan of Krishna, then he became completely, was blinded by that effulgence. So that's how the spiritual sky, spiritual world, is fully illuminated from Krishna's body and from the body of all the jivas, the living entities. Yes. Okay. This we'll not do this today, but it mentions at the end of the purport how this will be further discussed in the next
so
verse.
devotees also can have this kind of very special consciousness when they are not connected consciously to the material body and mind, like a kind of trance.
Well, yeah, I mean, not only trance, I mean, we were mentioning or referring just a few days ago how we have so many examples of our acharyas who were totally, although still in their body, totally disconnected with the body, and having awakened their eternal identity, their Siddha Swarup, and were at times in such trance, condition, away from their family and their environment for sometimes hours, if not days.
Which was that Gaur Govinda Maharaj's state of consciousness when in Mayapur he went into that
I was in Mayapur at that time. Yeah,
And one servant had to deal with all his
right,
physical affairs, and he
right,
told us sometimes he was present, but sometimes he was just
right,
out of.
right. Well, our this small book was written describing the life and activities of you know Narottam Das Thakur and Srinivasacharya, Shamananda Pandit. So there are many nice examples of their being in that. Yeah,
People are wondering what's happening. So someone else who is qualified goes in the same
yeah,
mindset.
yeah,
Let me
yeah.
find out what's happening and find and sees them and reports it.
Right, right. Hey, people are. It's been 3 days now. Come on, it's like
Let
come
me
back.
go and check. So then he
Right,
also
right.
ports into the
Yeah.
same realm.
Actually, the devotees were not aware. Just they have to ask some specialists, and they prove that no problem. He is healthy,
Right.
but he is in a very special consciousness. So it's very natural that the king, when he sees this kind of person in Kali Yuga, he saw so many other type of munis who was just not on that elevated. So
Mm,
he could not really have distinction. Of course, he was influenced by Krishna, but it's a nature that first you
yes.
don't see what is the real situation, the real consciousness of a person who is just
Yes.
sitting there.
Now we're also just about going ahead of the story.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. We'll have to continue reading. Okay. Jai Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Gaur Pimanandi.
Sadhu.